Talking about motivation, talking about meditation, talking about inspiration. If it's not one of the three, I don't want it. Gonna get my podcast live here in just 1 second. What are some of the challenges that you face off against on a daily basis? What does it take to be yourself? Those are some of the questions I ask on a daily basis. Putting in just a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, a little bit of ability to overcome the challenges that we go through on a daily. Today I want to talk about mentality. I want to talk about what it means to have a survival mentality, the kind that when challenges come your way, you find the way to overcome the challenges. You find the way to start to build that kind of lifestyle, start to build that kind of a connection with your mentality, with your ability within who you are. And a lot of times the challenges that we face off against, they come from a place of lack. They come from a place of not having the ability to use your gifts, your talents, and your abilities. And so what are some ways that we can use our gifts, our talents, and our abilities? And what are some of the things that we're not doing on a daily that's getting there? And I'm starting to hear a lot of people talk about, well, it's okay to take days off. When you're in a state where you survive, where you're truly in a survival mode, where what challenges you're facing off against no longer have the ability to hold you back, there's no such thing as a day off. And a lot of us think that it's in design that we should have days to rest. The only day we should have to rest is the day we pick to have a day to rest. Your routine should be so connected to you, such a part of your everyday process, a part of your everyday being, that you don't know the difference between what happens today and tomorrow. That you're pushing yourself to the point where you survive, where you're pushing yourself to the point where your focus is on just being able to overcome your challenges. Your focus is in a mentality of lack, a mentality of not having enough, a mentality of climbing a mountain that you set in front of yourself, that you set in a place within who you are. And why is that important? What importance does it have for us to have that kind of mentality? I think that a lot of people out there give in too easy. They throw in the towel before they have the ability to believe in themselves. They shut down their dreams, and through doing so, they shut down their ability to overcome. And that is a part of us that has to be trained. It's a part of us that has to be overcome. It's not like we start out like that. It takes time, it takes ability, it takes patience with yourself to start to strive to grow. And one of those places that I have come to realization is inside the sauna. You know, when you're pushing your mind to a point where your heat is telling you give up. You know, how many places in our lives do we say that? You know, when our challenges come towards us, when we don't know what it's going to take for us to be ourselves, when the challenges that you're truly facing off against are there, what part of who you are opens up past those challenges? What part of who you are gives you the ability to find that part of your mentality? And you know, it's quite amazing what challenges can do for you. It's quite amazing what it means to be yourself, to ultimately use your gifts, your talents, and your abilities. And the universe is going to, in times, it's going to test you. It's going to ask you what you're truly made of. And it's through those times, through those tests, that you will start to find yourself. You will find that being yourself is most important. Believing in yourself is most important. Manifesting from within yourself is most important. And so when I sit in front of the camera here, when I'm sitting in this place of mentality, when what the challenges that we face off against no longer have the ability to hold us back. And so why is that important? What growth can you gain from that kind of mentality? And it's in asking yourself who you are. You know, it's in asking yourself what you represent. You know, it's that place is something different. It's a place of you. And is your mind strong enough for the challenges that you're going to face off against? Is your mentality, are you in a place where no matter what challenges you're facing off against, you have what it takes to overcome those challenges? And so it's almost like focusing to that point where you are going to fail, focusing to that point where you are going to overcome things, where what you're believing in and what you're believing can become your dreams, can become your goals. And a lot of times we find it where other people shut us down before we get there. That's where you got to open up your mind. That's where what you're facing off against gives you the ability to overcome that. I hope that you all have a blessed day out there. As always, namaste.